therapists in the nation. She put herself through law school and rose to the top of the legal profession because she believes that everyone deserves the chance to be heard.
Where does the truth lie? Finding the truth helps us to find the solution. And I will tell it like it is because that's who I am.
Honest, empowering, justice.
Some of you love me, some of you don't. But I will always speak the truth as I see it.
This is We the People with Gloria Allred. Logan Johnson is suing co-defendants Laura and Manuel Herrera in the amount of $500 after he sustained a gunshot wound he says was a result of the co-defendants' negligence.
Mr. Johnson, what brings you to my courtroom today?
I was on a hunting trip, Your Honor, with Manuel and Laura, and their dog shot me.
Our dog did not shoot you. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
How did he get shot?
It was an accident, Your Honor.
By his negligence, Your Honor.
All right, let me find out from you, Mr. Johnson, what happened from your point of view, sir?
What happened, Your Honor, we were on a typical hunting trip. We've known each other for years. We've hunted for years.
All right, who was on the hunting trip with you?
Manuel, his wife Laura, myself, and their dog Penny, the shooter.
And then what happened? The shooter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, this is an unusual case where you're alleging that actually you were shot by a dog.
Yes, ma'am, I was.
That's right, yes.
Tell me about the incident.
Well, we started out, the dog was good. The dog was actually an asset. It was scaring up some birds. And I mean, within the first 15 or 20 minutes, boom, there's a bird, wham, I get my first kill, it's on. The hunt is on.
I remember that bird.
And of course, at about that time, it's picnic time for Laura. Can we take a break? And it's like, oh, we got to hunt.
Oh, excuse me, I'm not a whiny person. I'm sorry. No.
So we sit down on our sumptuous long repast, and I'm ready to hunt, and they have a snack, and I make the cardinal mistake and sin of popping open a beer. A beer, I don't care what time of day it is, it's a beer, we're hunting. And so we finish up, we're thinking, okay, let's go to the other side of the farm, because there's birds galore there. So I'm from Kentucky. I'm not going to lay my coat on the barbed wire fence or walk the long way around. I push the fence down. I'm stepping over the fence after I'd safely laid my gun down, pointing in no direction to hurt anybody.
Without the safety on.
So as I get my second foot off the ground across the fence, boom! I finally figure out I've been shot. There's Penny, the wonder pup, dancing around my gun, and it's like,
You leave our dog alone.
the dog had stepped on the trigger. But who would have dreamed that their private, personal property would step on my gun and cause it to discharge?
All right, that's why you're saying that you were shot by the dog.
Yes, ma'am, that's exactly what I'm saying.
All right, let me understand from you, Mr. and Ms. Herrera.
Yes,
what
Your
happened?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor. First of all, the dog didn't deliberately shoot this man. He's making it sound as if this dog
she doesn't have an opposable thumb.
All right, Mr. Johnson, don't interrupt the defendants, please.
You know, we were hunting pheasants.
All right.
Big, fat, beautiful, pretty pheasants.
All right, and so you had your dog with you.
We had our dog, and our dog was doing a great job. She was stirring up all these beautiful birds, and he bagged 1, 2 birds. He decides that we should go try the other side of the field.
Where Penny bagged a hillbilly.
Separated by barbed wire
All right, Mr. Johnson,
fence.
hold it up.
Yeah, he wanted my wife to hurdle a barbed wire fence.
Imagine that. I could get hurt.
Okay, bring your own wife if you want her to hurdle a fence.
I'm
going to make sure that my wife is safe. So, yes, we took 2 steps to see a safer passage, and we realized Logan has been shot by our dog.
Let me focus in on the time before it happened. Now, the plaintiff says that he had 1 beer. Is that true,
No,
Ms.
Your
Herrera?
Honor, he had several beers.
32 ounces is not too large for 1 can of beer.
Oh, brother, yes it is, first of all. And,
all right, well, you had beer, you had
yes,
1 can, you had 32 ounces.
I hadn't drunk the entire beer, Your Honor.
Oh, you hadn't?
No,
so
ma'am.
are you alleging you were not under the influence of alcohol?
I'm stating I was not under the influence of alcohol, Your Honor.
All right, now let me see if anyone has a photo of the dog that is being accused of
yes, Your Honor.
shooting the plaintiff.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a lovely picture of Penny right here.
All right.
You
didn't
can
get a
see
side
she's
shot
a
of her.
beautiful dog. She wouldn't do anything to hurt you. You sure weren't complaining when she was getting those birds for you.
All right, so I am now viewing the photo of Penny, the lab, who is not here to speak for herself.
Wow.
However, she has her, we'll call them pet companions, here to speak for her and defend her. All right, the court will receive this into evidence.
Coming up on We the People with Gloria Allred.
You testified that you had placed your shirt on top of the fence so that you could climb over. Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am. That's how they do it in California. In Kentucky, we push it down and we just step over it.
Oh, brother. All right.
And later.
He became real controlling. Like, when we got there, he wanted me to do everything with him. Yes, it is.
Well,
like,
Mr. Thomas, when you're interrupting and saying not true, that tends to support her theory that you are a controlling person.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching We the People with Gloria Allred. We're back with the case of Logan Johnson, who is suing co-defendants Laura and Manuel Herrera after a gun-related accident.
Mr. Johnson, do you have any evidence you would like the court to receive?
Yes, ma'am. I have a hospital bill here for $500. The insurance only covered so much.
Due to his own negligence, Your Honor.
All right, well, the court will decide whether or not he was negligent or whether it was you or Penny who was responsible.
I have a picture of the shotgun, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
A picture of the shotgun, Your Honor. I also
Yes.
have a picture of my wound. They had to take 2 pellets out of my calf. Thank goodness it
Yeah.
didn't hit any blood vessels or arteries. It was very superficial.
Oh, my
But it could have been a lot
They
worse.
Large
redressed up
wound.
and
All
drove
right,
him to
you know,
the
Mr. and
emergency.
Ms. Herrera,
$500 large.
wait for the court to ask you a question. Do you understand? And that goes for you too, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So the court will receive it. This is a photograph of the wound that Mr. Johnson, the plaintiff, alleges that he suffered as a result of what he calls the negligence of Penny. Now, we're also looking at a photo of the shotgun. This was your shotgun, is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the court will receive this into evidence.
Too bad
And
you
then,
can't
in
get a
addition,
close-up
the
because safety was
emergency...
off.
Didn't I just ask you not to speak while the court is speaking?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Don't do it again.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Also, the court is reviewing an emergency room bill. It says $500 for gunshot wound, emergency surgery, removal gunshot pellets. Court will receive this and admit it into evidence. All right, now, I'd like to understand what exactly was happening at the time of the incident. Mr. Johnson, you testified that you had placed your shirt on top of the fence so that you could climb over. Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am. That's how they do it in California. In Kentucky, we push it down and we just step over it.
Oh, brother.
All right.
That's
just
that hip
step
thing
over.
And
again.
I don't tie sweaters around my neck.
Oh, brother.
Or 2 when it's cold. But the gun was in a safe position, ma'am. It was not pointing toward the human beings except this one. And
Well, let me ask you, where exactly was your gun when you were climbing over the fence?
it was placed on the ground and it was pointed in my direction.
Who placed it there?
I placed it there.
Okay. Was the safety latch on the gun?
The safety was off. I forgot to engage it. But, ma'am, I was not thinking a dog could come out of nowhere and step on the trigger.
So the safety was not on.
No, ma'am.
Was the gun cocked?
Yes, it was.
And why was the gun cocked?
I was ready to shoot a bird, and I had apparently left it cocked, and I left the safety off.
Well, to the best of your knowledge, what did Penny do while your gun was on the ground pointing at you?
Their dog stepped on my shotgun, causing me personal injury. They need to pony up. And no, Penny did not shoot me deliberately. Well, I believe you on that one.
So you're not asking that Penny be prosecuted for a crime and
No,
sent to prison, is that right, sir?
I have no use for milk bones, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much.
Well,
Ms.
Your Honor-
Herrera.
Well, Your Honor, he was injured through his own negligence. He wasn't paying attention to that gun. So I'm sorry, Your Honor, but we are not at fault. We do not owe this man $500. That's his own fault.
Thank you very much. The court is ready to rule. In this case, we have plaintiff who was carrying a shotgun. It was loaded. It was cocked. It did not have its safety latch on. The defendants allege that their dog did, in fact, step on the gun, and plaintiff also agrees with that. But they allege that they shouldn't be responsible. And I agree. You were shot, sir, not because the dog was guilty of anything. The dog is innocent in all of this. Dogs are curious. They're going to step on things. They're going to investigate items. That's what dogs do. And you cannot blame the dog for what truly is your own negligence. And therefore, I am going to find and rule in favor of the defendants.
All rise.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Allred has ruled in favor of the defendants. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
This isn't pet court, it's human court, and I was after my $500 from the owners of Penny.
I am happy that the judge did see it our way. Penny didn't shoot him. That's all there is to it.
And later,
Is that something you can, like, do immediately upon arriving in Acapulco? Kiss girls, grab butts. Is there a sign that says, kiss here, grab
no,
butt
it ain't like
here?
I was just, no, ma'am.
closed captioning provided by This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.